I can top that, you can top that, they can top that, he can top that, but no matter what, here comes Johnny Knowles.
And that's what tonight is all about, being put on the spot. Because welcome to I Can Top That! I gotta wait for my stings. Well, no, I can top that! All right. Why is this show even in existence? Well, it's because ever since I was a kid, I've been telling stories. I've called myself the Storytiller because I seem to remember everything that's ever happened to me and everything that's happened to you. I think I know your childhoods better than you do, but at least I know everything you did, because everything that was funny. Because I seem to remember stories so well. Like, I can't remember what I did 2 days ago, but I can remember that when I was 3, we were coming out of Dominion grocery store car park, and we were driving in my mom's light blue Volkswagen Beetle, and I was playing with the door handle, and she swung onto Main Street, and I opened the door, and but it's okay, because we had one of those old-fashioned seat belts, you know, the ones when your mom does that. It engaged a little too slowly, and I tumbled straight out and across traffic and hit the curb, and I was fine. No scratch. I became a daredevil after that, because this was a sign that things were going to go well for me. But it's true. I seem to recall stories, and I call myself the Storytiller because the best stories seem to be below the surface. You know, everyone remembers one that's, you know, this has happened to me, but then when you dig a bit deeper, start tilling that soil, and it's usually family. The dirt's underneath, isn't it, really? Yeah, so I started exposing that dirt in my shows, and people started enjoying telling their stories to me after the show. So, and most of them were good comics. And so I said, we got to do a show where we just tell our stories. And this is that show! So, without further ado, I'm going to bring on my wonderful guests today, starting with, my first guest is one of my favorite comedians. You'll know him from ABC 702. He's on Thank God It's Fridays. He's the owner of the second largest board game collection in the Southern Hemisphere. Yeah. And he's a man that I once caught fondling my wife because she looks exactly like his wife. She calls herself the toughest woman in comedy, and she is. Please welcome Julia Wilson! Comedy guy I've known for 14 years. I went to see his show a long time ago. I took my wife, or was it Tommy's wife? Anyway, I took a girl with a dark bob and glasses to see this guy's show, and I was expecting a saucy evening because, you know, I'd read the poster not very well. It was called the Angina Monologues. It was a very funny show, and it was all about heart attacks. He might have one in tonight because he's very funny. Welcome, my friend Simon Kennedy!
I remember his wife does deeply resemble my wife, and John only called us fondling once.
So, can I have a word from someone up back there? Anywhere. Shoes! Right. We got a shoe story? Or even a line? Otherwise...
I do. I actually, these shoes, I've got them in black, and I wore them, and Barack Obama said, I've got those shoes.
What? As if we can top that.
These ones.
My brother is a Secret Service agent, and he guards Barack Obama.
I once got pushed down by a guard outside a disco. Another word. Give us another word.
Roller coaster.
Roller coaster. Oh, I got one. Okay, so I went on this roller coaster in Singapore because I was at a corporate gig, and they said, well, do you want to go to the theme park? The biggest theme park in the world is right here. And when I got there was a guy standing on every ride, like, you know, the guy that takes your tickets, but no tickets. He was just waiting for me. I'm serious. I went on the biggest roller coaster in the world, and when I was finished, he said, "Would you like to go again, sir? Perhaps sit at the back this time." I was by myself. I was in for 5 hours. I just went on every ride. It was amazing.
I did a segment for Catalyst years ago on the ABC television where I had to talk about the effects of something gravitational, and they put me on the roller coaster out at the old Warner Brothers Sydney theme park.
Yeah.
So at first it seemed amazing. I would have the entire roller coaster to myself for as many runs as I wanted. After 5 times through, while reading a monologue into a camera as the roller coaster ran through, I had to leave.
I was once on the Gravitron at Luna Park, the one that goes round and round and round, you're stuck. And I got to watch the guy directly opposite me go, "I'm going to throw up!" And I was like, "Oh, what are the chances?" And he went, "Bleh!" And I went up and back there, and then I saw the guy there going, "Fucking stop the ride!"
Speaking of vomit, it was Dreamworld on the Gold Coast, and we were on the roller coaster, which was pretty severe. I felt a little queasy coming off it, but I was fine, just. And Mum said, "Why don't we go in and watch a movie?" It was one of those 3D movies of a roller coaster. I vomited on the man in front of me.
You have lots of them.
But we're on a zipper at a carnival, if we're going to keep telling you.
Oh.
There's a zipper that goes up and then down. As we came back down, I yelled out to the carny, "My brother's about to be sick." And he said, "Don't be a sissy." And we went back up, and we came down. My brother puked through the grate onto the carny. Same brother that currently guards President Barack Obama.
And that carny is Donald Trump.
Yes.
You can top that, they can top that.